Okay, I'm back on Facebook. I'm back on Kick. I should be back on Twitch. YouTube just restarted. Okay, can you see me on Twitch okay? Okay, you can see me on Twitch. YouTube's restarted also. I think we're done scam baiting for now. I mean, not. I don't mean permanently. Um, I I think we're having network trouble because no, Chappie, they didn't disrupt my stream. It doesn't work that way. Okay, I'm back on YouTube. Now I gotta wait for the users to come back. Damn it. I recorded this whole thing, so um, we'll be able to see it again. Nobody will miss a thing. Why didn't that? What am I missing? I got Twitch. Run it. Okay, I'm missing one of them. Go to Twitch. Chat. There we go. We hit my auto arrange. Kick. Yeah, everything's back to where it would be. Okay, I'm back on YouTube. Twitch can see me. Yeah, he's saying, "Are you there?" Okay, let me go back to the female voice.
Testing. He can't call me back. I need to call. No, call you. I don't see any chatters in my YouTube stream. I don't know what's going on. He's giving me his direct phone number. I know. I'll start YouTube again. Okay. Well, YouTube. Cheesy Biscotti says he's. I can't receive phone calls on this type of phone. Type your phone number. Eight 444. Okay. Calling him again. Oh, is YouTube back? Am I running two different YouTube streams? I actually have two YouTube streams going. That's fucking crazy. I'm gonna have to kill one of them. I'm gonna kill the one with the fewer viewers. Damn it. Why is YouTube doing this to me? I don't know. I'm not sure which YouTube stream to stop. I don't. It doesn't give me an option to. Ah, fucking YouTube. Why do you do this? It's not giving me a choice. Yeah, I know. I have 35 people in one stream. Okay, I'm gonna kill the one with the least users. I have no choice. Okay, go to the one with more users. That's probably the better. He wants me to call him back, and I'm going to do it. I just got to figure out. YouTube is really pissing me off right now. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to do a live stream on YouTube. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay, there we go. We're back. We're back at the YouTube stream with the more users. I don't know why YouTube is picking on me. I've done nothing wrong. I have. Thanks for the super chat, Bartland. I'm getting ready to call the scammer back.
Welcome to the conference center. Enter an access code, then press pound. To enter a personal ID. That access code isn't recognized.
I did, it's not doing it. Oh, I typed the wrong phone number. 888. One 888. Hello?
Thank you for calling support. My name is Rick. How may I help you?
I need to speak to Alex. He's at extension 17091.
Sure.
Thank you.
Welcome. 17091.
Yeah, his name's
Can I
Alex.
get your name, please?
Patricia Warren.
No. Can I get?
It's 17091 is the extension.
Got it. May I know the reason, ma'am?
He's helping me understand why I'm getting a message stating that my computer's blocked, and he's trying to type on Notepad, and he really isn't that great at it.
One moment. Patricia, do you have any customer code number?
I have a yeah, I have a case ID, MSC ID 202346.
When did you work on your computer?
Okay, on Notepad, he said to call 1-888-440-1091, which is what I did, and type in his extension, which is 17090.
17090.
Yeah, he must have typed wrong again.
You told me 17091.
Right. He has trouble typing, and so he made a mistake. It's 17090.
All right. All right. His name is Alex, correct?
His name is Alex.
Okay, no issue. You can hang up and he'll call you back shortly. All right?
No, he can't call me. I'm on a type of phone. I can only make outbound calls. It's the rules with my phone. You can't transfer me?
I, ma'am, do you have any another phone number?
Yeah. Have him call me. You got me worried, Alex. You got me worried.
Why? Why? What happened?
Well, let me explain something. When I need you to type into the notepad, and it needs to be so that I can see the letters. And I know I'm a nurse, but I'm vision impaired. When you type it out, I need you to type it one letter at a time, and take about a second before each letter. That's the only way I can. Yeah,
Yes,
you can go that
I'm
speed.
I'm typing.
Employee ID. I see what you're doing. You're doing great.
So, are you pressing keys from your keyboard?
No, I'm not. I'm not touching a thing.
You
I'm
okay?
not
So we have to
I'm not.
work on this device.
What are you gonna do?
We have to
Can you
work on this device, and
show me
we
what
have
you're
to
gonna?
work. We have to clean.
You have to clean up.
Yes, I'm showing you.
Clean up and tune up.
Mm-hmm.
You're typing too fast, Alex. It says TWCL free, and your last name's Garbov. What does that even mean?
Security for bank,
Gloxobytes
shopping, and
in
email.
Gloxobytes NP Solutiques?
Now,
What does that even
that will
mean,
come up
Alex?
automatically.
What does that even mean?
Do you,
Alex?
do you have a printer?
Yeah, but it's out of ink. I haven't used it in months. I need you to slow down. You need to type one letter at a time. Can you please consider 1 second before each type? Can you fathom that? It's not that hard.
I got it. So, which security shall I check for you?
I don't
1
know.
year, 3 year, or 5 year?
Start over.
This is the one.
None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense to me. I want you to type it out again. I want you to do it slowly. And I want you to think before you type each letter. And before you even go there, Alex, listen. Understand I'm a nurse and you're typing too fast. Slow down. Slow down. Oh my God, you're not even listening to me. You need to retype the beginning part. I gotta show my husband before I pay for it.
So where's your husband? Can I talk to him?
No, if you talk to my husband, he will. You think I have a bad language problem when I get angry? You should hear my husband. He talks like, he curses like a sailor. He works at a warehouse with a bunch of morons, probably smarter than you, but still do dumb things. And he yells at them day after day, all day long. You don't want to hear from my husband. Actually, wait a minute. He's going to be coming home from lunch. He should. You want to talk to my husband? He comes home from lunch in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Would you rather talk to? Would you rather talk to James?
Now this is the one over here. So which you can see the securities which are available on your screen. Can you see that?
That does nothing for me because you're asking me to pay a fee, but I don't know who I'm paying. You need to put down the original information that you tried to put down but failed to do because you're typing too fucking fast. Slow down and wait 1 second for each letter. I don't know if you know how to follow instructions. I'm suspecting you didn't even go to school. Or you can wait 5 minutes and talk to my husband. Okay.
Take your time, ma'am. And all right, so if you want to fix it, let me know, ma'am. If not, it's totally up to you. My job is done. I have already told you whatever the problem is. These are the things. Every information is on your screen. You can write it down. And this is the one.
Now my
You can
husband's
see that.
my husband's pulling up. You can talk to him. Just wait. Hi, honey. Honey, I need your help. There's a man on the phone. His name's Alex. He's really nice, but he's kind of stupid. He's trying to fix a problem with a pop-up. Yeah, put that down. Just put that down. He's trying to give us the solution to fix it.
Okay. Hold on.
We got a message that said our computer was blocked, and I was talking to him, and he told us that we need to have a security.
What do you mean by secure? Okay. Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, this is James Warren. Who am I speaking to?
Alex.
Alex who?
Can you see on the computer screen?
Yeah, Alex Gorev.
Yep.
And who do you work for, Alex? Who do you work for?
Sir, everything is mentioned on your screen, sir.
Global Bytes IP Solutions. 26 by
Yes.
20. I thought you said 26 by 7. The one year you spelled security wrong. What do you mean by security Z? Really? For $399.
Sir, that is a mistype on your computer. Yes, that is a computer part problem. That will be fixed.
The hell is TechFeep? What is TechFeep in TAS? And why are we paying for this? I mean,
Pardon?
the computer was running fine this morning. What's oh Jesus.
Yes, sir.
The hell is that? Access to this
That is
computer
the
is
problem that you're facing.
blocked for security reasons. Banking. They got our banking passwords. The fuck? I want to call him back.
Please enter your PIN number.
I can't call him back. Oh, this is oh man, this is a weird scam bait day for me, folks. Let me see if I can get him to let me talk more. This was a fun scam bait. I liked it. Hit escape. I'm gonna make Notepad run normally so that way I can type. Oh, there he is. I get to talk to Alex. Hello? Is this Alex?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Yep.
Yeah, why'd you hang up, dude?
Pardon, sir? I didn't, sir. It was your line connection.
Line connection. Okay,
So which
can you,
security
wait,
shall I
wait,
activate for you?
let's start at the beginning because my wife, she is completely went to her room and she's laying in bed and she's crying. I can't get anything out of her. What does this message mean? What is this about? What's going on?
Nothing, sir.
It says our
It's just a
computer.
problem. She visited
It says our
visited some website which were not secure, and that's how you got this problem. So we need to
what's
rectify the issue in order to block them.
what website? Why would maybe he's having phone trouble. I can't call him back. It wants an ID, so I don't think he wants to explain the scam again, is what it is. Hey, Livy, thank you for the super chat. Okay, I'm going to open up Notepad and see if I can't. Alex, sir, why did you hang up? I just want to know what is going on. I try calling and it asks for a PIN. Please call me back. He's still connected, so. He's moving the mouse. He totally ended it. He's done. Okay, the scam bait's over, folks. Oh God. Oh well. I had him for an hour and 37 minutes. I mean, that ain't too bad. Okay, so I think at this stage we're at. I started at 8, so I've been going now for almost 6 hours. Okay, we're now entering the phase of my stream where we're not going to scam bait. We're going to have an interactive viewer to streamer building block thing. Okay. That was weird. I double teamed him. Okay, I do need to take a break to gather my wits. I gotta unload my Scambait brain. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and let Beethoven back in. You want to see what it looks like when I let Beethoven back in from the catio? It's kind of cool. Um, uh, he loves it when I let him out of. Yeah, what question do you have, Chris? Okay, so let me pause the virtual. Well, I don't want to pause that virtual machine. I'm gonna pause the bank because I'm not using it, and then when I move this out of our way. Oh, does Jack have to leave? Okay, take care, Fred. How do you tag on YouTube? You have to use the @ symbol and the end user's name in it, and that's how you tag. Okay, so I'm gonna start up another phone stream. Let me turn off my voice. Okay, you should be able to hear me through the phone. We're gonna go let Beethoven. We're gonna let Beethoven out of the cage. Hey, buddy. How's it going? You want to come back inside? Okay, come on. You gotta come back. You gotta come down here. Okay, hold on. I gotta hold you because you'll escape like a jerk. Okay, and then when I let him in, the first thing he does is he'll go over to a scratching post. I'll pet him a little bit, and he's gonna go to a scratching post and do his thing. Usually, you gonna scratch. Or he's gonna love on it. Usually he scratches. Maybe he'll scratch here. What are you doing, Beethoven? You're loving. Okay, you just want to love. Okay. I'll pet you. There he goes. He did a little bit of a scratch. Okay, now you can hear me. Now you can hear me. Let me pull this down. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, you should be able to hear me. I can see my voice. Yeah, Sophie, yeah, you can hear me now. Beethoven's trying to get petted. Oh man, this cat. He's purring like crazy. I love you, Beethoven. You're a good kitty. Okay, let me get an idea of how our stream health is. I don't even have the YouTube stream. Let me go into it. I don't know why YouTube was giving me so much trouble. It doesn't make sense. And my Twitch is doing good. Okay, so I just need a couple of minutes. I'm gonna take a quick walk. I like to take a quick walk around the neighborhood. It only takes me a few minutes. His back scratcher is right here. I always carry his back scratcher. I'm gonna play some music for you. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. Let's see. I gotta build a presentation I can give you. Well, let me do this. I have an intermission screen, but I don't think I have sound on it. Let me see. Go back. I'm going to copy and paste the sound to the intermission screen. Where's my intermission screen? There it is. Okay, now you should hear me. And I'm just going to play some music. I just need to take a walk and unload what I just went through, and then we can do the next segment. You want a Wurlitz or organ? So I'm gonna play some really good 80s style music. I won't be more than four minutes or so. I just need to take a quick walk to get some fresh air, and then I'll be back and we'll do the next segment, okay? Now I'm not muted. You can hear me. Sorry. I gotta figure out a better way to handle muting. I run this studio all myself. I can't call my cat my assistant because all he does is sleep all day. Now, he sleeps like, I think it's like 12 hours a day, and then he eats and he goes to the bathroom, and I I want to thank each and every one of you for sticking through the intermission and staying here. After I did my streamathon, I looked at my YouTube analytics, and it's hard to explain. I want to take a moment to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. Ever since I chose to become a full-time creator, a lot of myths were busted for me. Yeah, let me turn off the stickers. Hold on. And where's the sticker program? It's not, shouldn't be running. Okay, well, the stickers won't play, so. Anyways. One of the myths that I thought, and this is based on me live streaming while I had a full-time job for several years. And then when I would get vacation at work, I would literally not go on vacation. I would actually dedicate it to YouTube and Twitch streaming. And during the course of that time, I always thought the minute I became a full-time creator, everything would just explode. I would be able to stream all day long. I would be able to call scammers all day long. And what I didn't realize is there's a certain level and limit to how long I can talk to scammers. There really is. It has something to do with the fact that I have to focus on the scammer. I have to focus on my audience. I have to focus on stupid crap like, can they even hear me? Can the scammer hear me? Am I going to accidentally come back as a male instead of a female? So there's a limit, and it sometimes it's 4 hours, sometimes it's 6 hours, sometimes I can go on for 7 hours when I scam bait. And then there are times when I talk to a scammer that is so slow-headed or puts me on hold for so long that I can only scam bait for 2 hours or 3 hours. There's really no magic solution to it. So after I did my subathon back in April, one of the things that a creator has to keep their eye on is their income. And income on social media can come in many different forms. At first, your primary income comes from ads that run on YouTube. And then on Twitch, there are ads that run on Twitch. And when I ran and then there's the big income, which comes in the form of donations. So on YouTube, you can donate to me by sending super chats. And super chats, they're okay. I mean, you get specific amounts like $1, $2, $5, $10. I like Twitch better because people can buy bits, and then they can give me a penny, they can give me 10 cents, they can give me $1, they can give me $1.50. You know, it really depends on what the viewer wants to give me. And then there's what's called the Stream Elements tip line, where you can go to the site and then choose pre-canned tips and so on and so forth. Okay, then there's another type of income that a creator can get, and that is in the form of sponsors. Um, Sponsorships are really the better way for a creator to make money because you're being paid by companies that think you're worthy enough to sell their product. There's basically two types of sponsors. There's the sponsors like Guardio and Aura and Neuro, which expect me to insert ads in my YouTube videos. And then on my own admission, I decided to start showing their ads during my live stream. And the only time I get money from those sponsors is when someone in the audience actually subscribes to those services. So you can almost call that an affiliate type of sponsor. I have no problem with that type because the services are good. I believe in them. I'm an Aura subscriber and I'm a Guardio subscriber, and I have Neuromints and I use them. This is what Neuromints look like. They come in these little packages. They have gum also. You can buy the gum. Then there's the kind of sponsor that I really want to get in. That's the type that pay you for a spot. They don't necessarily expect you to do it during a live stream, but inside of your YouTube videos, you basically say, I'll place a 1 minute spot, and for every time I create the initial spot, I get paid a certain amount, and that amount is derived from an assessment I get from that media specialist that I deal with. So they tell me how much I'm worth for a 1 minute spot on a YouTube video. Those are the more lucrative types, and they're the hardest to get. So I just trying to tell you what it's like doing what I'm doing. So I ran my subathon and I drove my Twitch subscribers all the way up to 1,200. I had 1,200 subscribers on Twitch at some point. That's a big amount because each subscriber is a $5 is a $5 payment. The problem with the subathon is many of those subscriptions were gifted. So a person would get the subscription, and then after 30 days, they would get an email saying your subscription's about to end. Do you want to continue it? And not everyone can afford to be a subscriber. So over time, after the subathon, your subs drop, and so does your income. Same thing happens with YouTube memberships. When people become a YouTube member, they're a dedicated monthly subscriber, but if they're gifted a membership, after about a month, they're getting an email saying your subscription's about to end. Would you like to resubscribe? So the challenge that I face is to try and talk those people who are gifted to consider becoming regular subscribers. It's not easy to do because I don't like asking people for money. I've never been that way. It's not begging because I do work hard, but at the same time, I'm a fan too. I watch many YouTube channels, and I'm a subscriber to over 1,000 YouTube channels. I'm a subscriber to, I think it's like 47 Twitch channels, and I'm not a subscriber, but a follower. And the other thing that's weird, on Twitch, a paid viewer is called a subscriber. On YouTube, a paid viewer is called a member. So a subscriber on YouTube is not the same as a subscriber on Twitch. So those are just some things that I wanted you to know. I don't expect you to pay me money. I really don't. And it's only because I like Penguin Zero. He's a really popular YouTube streamer. I'm not a member of Penguin Zero, but I watch every video he produces. I like Ludwig. He's another YouTuber I really like. Um, those types of streamers, though, are different. They're variety streamers. Um, they don't scam bait. Scam baiting is a whole different thing. It's not. It's not like I can start my stream and then talk about news of the day. I can't. I the material isn't given to me. I have to supply the material, and it's often repetitive, and that's kind of a negative in the world of content creation. It really is. Oh, there's Akamo, my super Twitch subscriber. I have people that have been subscribed to me for over 3 years, and you don't know what that means to me. That's like having I can't give a real world example. That would be like having a a buddy that I don't know. I can't compare it to the real world. I can't. So anyways, when I did the subathon, I was astounded. I got a lot of subscribers on Twitch. It was pretty cool. Yes, there were scammers today, but you need to understand the way I'm running my live stream. After I do my segment, I do a one-on-one creator to viewer share stream. Okay. So there's always going to be somebody who says, "Hey, Ray's live again," but he's not calling scammers. And I said, well, you should come at 10 a.m. Eastern and you would see me scam bait. You really would. I've been doing it every day since April. So thank you, B. Bernie. So, and I did an experiment with the Streamathon. Part of it was to find out how much more ad revenue I would get off of YouTube. And I got blasted. I literally could not believe my eyes. And I discovered if I stream for 14 hours a day, I can make a lot of money. But that leaves out of who wants to stream for 14 hours a day? It's impossible. I don't know anybody who can do that. I could, even if I were to go back in time to the age of 16, I would say, you do it, Ray. You're 16 years old. Stream for 14 hours a day. And come back and tell me after about a week what you feel like. No, it affects it affects everything. It makes you feel like that's all you do. It's too much. It's like watching TV too much. It really is. So I took stock in all that and I thought, okay, well, what do I like about the subathon and what do I like about the streamathon? And I thought, how can I go in between? And so this is what I came up with. I thought, why not on Monday I have a shorter stream and then allow myself the rest of the day to work on things that are channel related but not streaming related. Stuff like creating ads for things like Guardio, working on Meet the Huckers, that's important as well. And also just being lazy and watching YouTube. I mean, I'd like to watch YouTube sometimes. And then I thought, I'll do the same thing on Friday. I'll have a shorter stream, roughly 4 hours, and then the rest of the day I'll work on back-end stuff. That's what I like to call it, back-end stuff. But on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'll have that same 4-hour stream, or possibly like today, it extended to actually almost 7 hours, and then spend another block of time working with you one-on-one in an interactive sense. I think that there's a value in that when I can pay attention to you and not a scammer at the same time. So what I want to do is Monday and Fridays are 4-hour Scambait only streams. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be Scambait plus interactive streams. And that's where we are right now, interactive. So let me take a swig of my tea. I'm going to put the chat full screen so I can see you real good. And then let's discuss the kinds of stuff we can do together while we do interactivity. So I think they should be scammer related, or at least creator related. So we can work on Meet the Hacker. We can work on Meet the Hacker stuff. I'm sorry I'm not looking at the camera like I should be. I should be looking at the camera when I talk, because you guys are over there and the camera's here. I don't want it to be limited to just scammer related stuff. I want it to be related to creator related stuff or question and answer related. I'm sure many of you might have questions you might want to ask me. In fact, I'm going to make a coffee in a couple minutes. So I'm suggesting we do things like work on chatbot stickers, because I really want to build on that. My Twitch chatbot is broken, so I have to fix that tonight. We can work on ideas on how to prank the scammers. Like you might say, why don't we do a I don't know, a pretty girl picture on the desktop, and then when they click it, the Linda Blair exorcist pops up and screams. But I don't want to offend people who are offended by demons, so I would have to clear that with you before I do it. I've shown that picture and I've had people tell me, take it down. It's triggering my religious belief, you know. So I'm going to make a coffee in a second. I am wanting to have a coffee. Other things that we can work on is how I can make the stream look better. More graphics. Ways to give my Twitch streamers a way to use channel points. You know? Yeah, I know, and I'm behind on making stickers. So I'm kind of bad at that. So I'm going to really make a big effort to do the chatbot stickers. I got to get the Twitch bot. The problem with Twitch is they change their API key I think they do it every 6 months. And so I have to rebuild the code every 6 months. I wish YouTube had channel points. I don't know why YouTube doesn't have channel points. I think they're a good idea, but it would double my problem, because Chappie has 1 million of them. Yeah, that's a good idea, Akamo. I used to do that trick on office workers. We would snapshot their desktop and make it wallpaper, and they would try to open folders and it wouldn't work. Yeah, Jag Pimp has a ton of channel points. Yeah, running. Well, let me tell you this. Just running a YouTube channel where you create content and upload videos is one thing, but when you build your content around live streams, it's actually double work. That's why I have an editor to help me out. His name's Cheesy Biscotti, and he does wonderful work. And then I also had to recently hire a shorts editor. He's done great work as well, creating shorts for me. Yeah, there's all kinds of good ideas you guys can give me. there's other things that cross my mind. How can I get my Kick channel more popular? I mean, I like Kick. I don't like some of the things that Kick is doing, but I don't like some of the things Twitch is doing either. And there are some things I don't like what YouTube does. So so what I'm going to be doing soon, I'm going to find a way to mount the camera in such a way that when I read the chat, I'll be looking at the camera. I don't know one way to do it. I can literally mount an iPad above my camera and see all the chats. That might be the best way because then I'd be looking right at you as I chat. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go make a coffee. I use a Keurig. It doesn't take that long. I'm kind of getting tired of drinking tea, and that Gator Light stuff puts a weird taste in my mouth. But I'll be right back. I just got a good idea. I'm gonna move my iPhone in front of the chat window, and that'll be a way that I can look right at you while I chat with you. What I wanted to do today is just have a good discussion with you about what we can do during these one-on-one streams, I guess you can call them. Let me fix the camera so it shows it. I gotta. Okay, I'm gonna go back into Snapchat. There we go. Let me switch over to it. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's not 100%, but it's closer. It's not 4:28 p.m. is it? My time zone changed. It's only 2:28 here. Let me fix my time zone. I don't know what happened to it. It thinks I'm in the Eastern time zone for some reason. Let me go back to Mountain. Computers are weird. Okay, so here we are. Okay. Let me see if I can move the phone a little bit closer. That's too close. Move it up. Okay. Voice. Yeah, it's still synced. It's still synced. Okay, so let me get some notes out here. I got a notepad. Instead of doing the actual activities today, what I wanted to do is get some ideas of what you guys would like out of this after Scambait sessions. To give you an idea of what I see right now, I have 62 people on YouTube and 63 people on Twitch, and who knows how many on Twitter. I'm going to shrink the chat window just a little bit so I can see all of it. And here we go. So I may not be looking directly at you, but it's probably be good enough. So let me catch up on what you guys have been saying. If I lean out of the screen, it's just because I'm trying to read it. Okay, I think the first question I should ask, are you guys happy with my scam baiting? I mean, if you like my scam baiting, put a 1 in chat, and if you don't like it, put a 2 in chat. I'd like to get a gauge of that at first. I do try my best. Don't be afraid to put a 2. I'm not perfect. I'm seeing a lot of 1s, which is good. Of course, I know that. Tammy, you gave me a bunch of 1s. Okay, well, that's good. That makes me feel good. Like I said earlier, a scam baiter does not have to stream. The reason I stream is because I need to create content for YouTube, and it automatically creates a video. When I first started scam baiting, I actually used a recording software called Action Recorder, and it's a pretty good program, and it's only like $30, and it records your voice. You can make it record the scammer on a second channel. But when I started live streaming, I noticed something that was special, and it was the fact that when I have people in the audience, it changes the aspect of scam baiting. When I had my first stream on July 19th of 2018, I only had like 4 people that were watching me. I it was crazy, but it was I felt it felt different. And I remember the night before I started a test live stream, and I got a bunch of people that came in and said hello, and I said hello, and they said, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Because I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow, and I'm going to call scammers." And they said, "Really?" And they said, "I'll be there," and I was thrilled with it. Um, Let me tell you what I don't like about scam baiting. Okay, and this is only in terms of the content that I'm putting on YouTube. It's very repetitive. Um, Scammers, as much as they're not working official jobs, they literally are following a set of rules set forth by the scammer boss. And so it's not a surprise that just about every scam bait I do is the same scam bait. And I try to do things to mix it up. That's why I created Mary, and that's why I take on the scammer in ways to throw them off track. I think that's important, you know. Um, it's my own approach to want to change the scammer. I don't know if it's my mom's fault, but she taught me early on to try to never make an enemy in life. If you find somebody that doesn't like you, leave them alone. Maybe try to approach them later and at least be on good ground with them. I mean, I had a great mom, and so when it comes to the scammers, I automatically do the same thing. I find myself wanting that scammer to I don't know. It's hard to explain. They're doing something that's criminal, and I had a phone call with a good friend the other day, and they flat out hate them, and I respect that. I mean, it's okay to hate scammers. If you hate them, go ahead. You'll never meet them. Um, yeah, and I am. I'm making enemies of the scammers. They probably sighed a great sigh of relief when I took last week off. I mean, I'm surprised at how resilient Alex was. He took quite a beating, didn't he? Anyways, so for these after parties, I guess you call it. These are our public after parties stream segments that I want to have with everybody. Um, I do plan to have member only and subscriber only streams, meaning you will only be able to watch the stream if you're a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber. At some point, when Kick gets their act together, a Kick subscriber. Um, I think Kick does have the ability to limit the stream to subscribers. I'll have to check it out. But I don't want to always. I'm kind of leery of that because I'm not large enough. I mean, when Scammer Payback has a member only stream, it's a much bigger deal when I have one. What am I going to be doing for New Year's Eve? Nothing. I like to watch. I like to watch the ball fall in New York. I mean, one place I would like to visit would be Times Square in New York during the countdown. I don't know if I'm going to be around that many people, but I usually I don't know. I kind of bounce around channels, Sometimes I like to watch the ball fall, you know. It's stuff. So now that you've shown me you enjoy my scam baiting, um, I don't want to talk about other scam baiters. That's something that isn't inappropriate here. What kinds of activities do you like? Would you like to do with me during these segments? So what I'm talking about is every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, after about 4 or 5 hours of scam baiting, I'll take an intermission break, which basically means taking a walk around the neighborhood, and then I'll come back, get some coffee, and then we'll do something. So the first thing I want to do is remind you that you're always welcome to email me at my official email address. I have it right here. I read every email. I don't reply to all of them because I either don't have a reason to, or it's just some informational and I just take the note that you give me. The other thing that I am going to be doing is creating a new Discord channel, but it's going to only be available for YouTube members and Twitch subscribers. The reason that I'm doing that is because I'm going to be sharing things with members and subscribers that I'm not going to immediately share with the public. Does that make sense? It doesn't mean I'm going to tell you my darkest secrets or anything. It just means you're going to get a little bit more in-depth look at what I'm doing. You're going to get to see things about the Huckers that people won't get to see. It'll allow you to reach me directly if you have a concern. Because I'm of the opinion, if you're paying me monthly to do this, you have a right to an opinion that a regular viewer doesn't. I feel that's important. No, and last night I made the statement, in every case, I consider you guys to be like a girlfriend, not a wife. I'm talking girlfriend, a person that I would talk at length about personal things, but in such a way that we can break up and you not go to the police department and get me into some kind of trouble, or go around the neighborhood and tell everybody I'm a effing whore. So with members, it's a bit of more of a technical level up. It's a way for you to, like, in other words, as a member, you can tell me stuff like, that AI voice changer sucks, don't use it ever. And I say, okay, maybe I'll try and work on it. Or you might have something to share with me that you can. Now, here comes another aspect to this whole thing. What am I going to do if a scammer becomes a member or a subscriber? How am I going to know? I'm going to have to gauge each one individually. I have a feeling one day I'm going to get a member or a subscriber who's going to be an uber a-hole to me. So I gotta expect that. That's probably where I'll get my mods involved, because my mods are going to automatically be included into that Discord. I trust my mods greatly, and they might tell me, they might say, Ray, I know they're your subscriber, or I know that they're your member, but that person is not a good quality person, and I'll take their word for it. I have to. So that'll happen. No, I'm not going to run background checks on people. This isn't that level of concern. You're not going to get any information about me that can incriminate me or get any kind of legal trouble. So I figured you were. One of the things that I like about all of you is you have a great sense of humor. You guys come from all walks of life, all many different age groups, and you're from different countries, and I find that's exciting. I'll say one of the frustrations I have is I can't stream to the whole world at all times. Literally, if I stream at night, I'm going to get people that I haven't seen in over a year in my stream. So that happens too. Yeah, I agree with that. No, if you can't have a sense of humor, your life sucks. You know. So, anyways, this is just a time to relax and talk about what we can do during this section. So here's what I propose. I propose showing some behind the works stuff with Meet the Huckers. There's some fascinating things I'm working on right now. This sounds kind of funny, but when I take Mary, well, I haven't done Ray yet. When I tried Emily and Philip and putting them into Unreal Engine, and Philip looked like he had Down syndrome, and that's not what I wanted. I've even emailed Unreal and said, why is it doing that? This is what he looks like in iClone, and this is what it looks like in Unreal. Why does it look like he has Down syndrome? Nothing against people with Down syndrome. I'm a big fan of R.J. Mitt, and a big fan of the guy that played Corky in the TV show. Down syndrome is I'm compassionate for people that have that infliction. So, who's my favorite comedian? Eddie Murphy. I like Eddie Murphy. And I like Robin Williams and Bill Cosby before he turned into a creep. But the one that made me laugh the most was Eddie Murphy. And I have to say a lot about what's his name? He's actually a contender for Murphy. What was his name? He always had a filthy mouth. Dave. I love Dave. I like Dave Chappelle also. Who's the comedian that cursed all the time? He said he reminded me of Mark Twain, to be honest. George Carlin. Yeah, I adore George Carlin. Very smart guy. Richard Pryor. Yeah, I kind of liked him. He had a certain manner about him that was good. I really did. You got to remember, we're talking about stand-up comedians, not just movie comedians. I never really got into Ricky Gervais, but that's only because I haven't really watched him. Lenny Bruce, yeah. There's a lot of comedians that I like. Being a comedian is not easy. It's they get a lot of pressure to follow subject matter that doesn't piss off people, especially today with a divided country. It would be really hard to be a comedian today with a divided country like we have. I mean, I cannot believe how divided our country is. I'm not trying to be political, but we have a very divided country. Okay, so back to the subject matters. So I'm willing to share snippets and examples of Meet the Hucker stuff. I am willing to do story time with you if you want to hear more of my stories. You guys seemed to enjoy my stories yesterday, and I enjoyed telling them, and I got lots more. Is it glitching again? I am really, hold on. No, my stream's not glitching. If I see someone say glitching, that's telling me the stream is bad. No, it's not. It's not Ray. Well, yeah, it can be called Ray opens up. It's my invitation to you to have a one-on-one conversation with me. I'm trying to think. Let me take a quick look. I don't have the greatest memory sometimes. If I go to YouTube, I'm going to show you my screen over here. If I go to YouTube and I look up my channel, and then I click on it, and then I go to live and go to oldest. My first live stream took place on July 21st, 2019. And through that time, for a good part of it, I paid attention to the audience. It's hard to do that while you're scam baiting because your attention is divided. And as the years went by, I started having opening monologues, which were kind of cool. But the problem with my opening monologues is I brought a lot of contentious topics and viewpoints that I really shouldn't have done. I had a great conversation with a person the other day about this very subject, and what they told me is that they agreed with a lot of my convictions and the things I believe in, but as a streamer, I have to let that go, and I have to be uber diplomatic. I have to be on everybody's side, and that's not easy because I get people in the stream that come to the stream and they have their convictions, and I have to be very careful not to get triggered by them. That's why I have moderators. You would not believe the number of times Chappie Gray has told me to stop doing stuff. She's not being mean to me. She's just trying to tell me that I'm doing their job, and she's right. And so that's what I have to be. Since I'm not a political streamer, I can't talk about politics. Since I'm not a religious streamer, I can't talk about religion. Thank you, human being, for the super chat. Appreciate it. I want to provide a live stream experience that's unforgettable, but in a way that's good. I want it to evolve. I want it to be similar. You know, here's an example that was told to me years ago. I almost bought a restaurant, and I was talking to the restaurateur, to another restaurateur, and he said, "What are you going to make?" And I said, "I'm going to change the menu items every week based on the way I feel." And he goes, "That's a major mistake." He goes, the reason is you're going to make a steak that somebody really likes, and they might not come back for a month, and you're not going to have that steak, and they're not going to be your customer anymore. So in that same vein, my my daily streams have to have a similar content structure, but at the same time, they need to evolve a little bit. If they didn't do that, then people get bored, and then they'll find another streamer that they'd rather watch. So that's a challenge I face all the time. And I don't know the frequency at which I should change. Should I change when the scammers change? Should I change when the seasons change? Should I change by the roll of a dice? You know? I don't know. Well, good point. Yeah, no, like I said, my moderators are here to moderate the content of the chats, and to sometimes explain to the chat why I'm doing what I'm doing. I sometimes will, and I'm not going to stop doing it. I sometimes will put on acts that aren't me. I might play a female that's acting like a Karen. I can tell you right now, if I was a chick, I would not be a Karen. I'm not a Karen type. Or I might put on Uncle Dan, who's a religious zealot nut, who wants to say hallelujah and praise the Lord, and honey, get your little buns over here. We got a believer. I even when I am feeling religious, and even if I had a wife, I would never say, come get your little buns over here. I don't talk to women like that. Yeah, and that's what my mods do. They remind people that I'm acting. Also, too, today I took the Lord's name in vain. If I wasn't acting when I did that, I literally would be asking God to forgive me for doing that. I'll give you a tiny story, okay? It's a tiny one. When I was 9 years old, I had a Pac-Man watch, which was kind of a big deal back then. You could actually play Pac-Man on the watch. It was unheard of at the time. Or maybe I was 11. It was hard to say. But I also had a habit of taking things apart because I wanted to find out how they worked. So it just so happened I took my Pac-Man watch apart, which the family gave to me, and it cost a lot. I think it was like an $80 or $40 watch, which was a big deal back then. And when I put it back together, it stopped working. And every time I would come home from school, my grandmother would want to see the Pac-Man watch. So I had a dilemma. I broke my watch, and at the same time, I didn't want to do something wrong. So I entered the house, and I pretended to trip and fall. And I said, oh no, my Pac-Man watch is broken. Because in my 9-year-old stupidity, I said it too soon. I should have said it like 30 minutes later. And when my grandmother saw that, she said, you just lied to me. Did you break your watch falling, or did you take it apart? And I said, no, Grandma, I broke it because I fell. And you know what she said? She took the Lord's name in vain. My grandmother, a devout Southern Baptist woman who memorized the whole Bible. You know what she did? She went like this. And then she went into her room, and she was there for at least 3 hours. And all I could hear her doing was moaning and crying and asking God to forgive her. That's the kind of childhood I grew up in. So I don't take the word God's name in vain lightly, but in an acting sense, and I've already prayed to God about it. I asked him, I said, look, when I do that, I don't mean it. I'm doing it because I'm trying to make the scammer, I'm trying to trigger the scammer. So now there's a fine line between doing that and carrying on being irreverent, and I don't do that. You will never see me do that. You will never see me start saying gee this and gee that, and I might just say it once, you know. I'm looking at the chat to see what you guys are saying. And then there are times when I act kind of like I'm being homophobic, but I'm really not a homophobic person. The first gay person I met was a friend of mine named John in high school. We all knew he was gay. I was one of his only friends. I actually went to lunch with him. I actually fought a big dude because they were picking on him because he was gay. I actually got my butt kicked trying to protect my gay friend. And this was during a time in the 80s when gay people were really frowned upon. As I grew up, you know, and got married and stuff, we started seeing gay people in Hollywood and stuff. I realized they had a persona that's irresistible. I mean, I love how they behave, and I like them as people. I really do. And I realize some of you may not be like that. It's okay. But and then in one of the hardest times of my life, a gay person actually consoled me and made me feel better. So he also asked me on a date, and I said, I don't do that. And he goes, really? I go, yeah, I'm not your type. I like women. And he goes, that's okay. You're still my friend. You know, I mean, you know, that's the way I am. But sometimes in my scam bait, I might say something, and I've had people think I'm a homophobic person, and I'm not. I was just acting. And it breaks my heart if people think that. It really does. So this is the kind of stuff that we get to talk about when I'm not scam baiting. I think it's important for us to understand that. There are things that happen in the world where I want to say stuff, but it's political and I can't. I've crossed the line when it comes to things like virtual signaling. I'm no longer going to cross those lines. I will say I'm still against activism to a degree. If you're an activist when somebody finds water that's poisoning people, I actually like that kind of an activist. I think that kind of activist is okay. Well, they say opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, you know. So I'm going to make a commitment to not drive my moderators mad by stepping over the line, okay? Anyways, enough of that. Do you guys have any questions? I've been talking nonstop. I'm going to look at the chat and let you guys ask questions. I just want to do the right thing is all. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that kind of thing. Yeah, that's true, Molly. That's right. I do have that opinion. If I do say something, or like there's a type of there's a type of scam baiter fan that only likes scam baiters that are nice to the scammers. I already know that. And then there are scam baiter fans that only like scam baiters that make scammers angry. And I do that. I make them angry. But I'm never real. And sometimes I'm nice to them. And believe me, I've been nice to scammers. Um, I'm looking for questions. I'm just going to be quiet until somebody asks a question. Even if it's a science question, just ask it. Why are there so few SSA scammers lately? That is a good question. And I think it has something to do with something I talked to uh, Aurora is who I call him. Back when SSA scammers were happening a lot, it was common for them to have a lot of scammers. I'm talking 60. I've heard sometimes as many as 90 or 100. And the reason is the SSA scam itself has a huge failure rate. And in any of the any of the scam bait types, it's a numbers game. So the scammer boss knows that a number of their scammers are going to fail. And so the more SSA scammers you have, you might get one or two successes. And I honestly think scammer call centers are shrinking, and that's why we don't see them. Okay, I'm just looking to see. What is my favorite scammer to interact with? Right now, my favorite scammer to interact with is the tech support scammer. And the reason is there's a big mixture of females with males. And for some reason, I like that variety. But the other one is the potential for getting a Hawala address. Or actually, let me take that back. My reason has changed because the tech support scammers shrunk, and they might be coming back. So my reason might be right again. When I call the tech support scammer, I can hear a lot of them, and they're all doing the scam. And the reason why they're my favorite is because they're considered the most dangerous, which is why I turned my call pimp against them. Because the more scammers, the more victims that get victimized. So when you think about scammers, like 10 scammers working, they're lucky if one of them makes a score. If there's like 100 scammers, they're lucky if maybe 8 to 10 of them make a score. So that's kind of why I like the tech support scammers better. I consider them to be the most dangerous right now because there's so many of them. Oh, Chris, I've many times. I once had a scammer in midstream break down and admit that they were a scammer, and I basically said, "Don't you want to stop?" And they said, "Yes, I do." And I asked them, I said, "Well, why don't you stop?" I showed them ziprecruiter.in, and they told me Okay, we have an ad running on Twitch right now. It was a question from YouTube, but to answer your question, Chris, the scammer ended with, "Can you send me money?" And I said, "No, I can't." I said, "I have money and I can send it to you, but I'm not." I said, "I'm going to give you my private phone number." I muted the stream and I gave it to him. And I asked him to call me. I was playing Mary at the time. Then about a week later, they called me early in the morning and I answered as Mary and I started the stream right away. And they were crying and they said that they were really touched by my mentioning the Bible to them and how they were sinning, and they said they wanted to change their ways. And then about 4 months later, that same scammer called and I put it on a live stream. They had taken a job and moved their family to Mumbai, and they're one of the 9 scammers that I've rescued. Yeah, I agree with you, Akamo. These tech support scammers, think that they're experts in tech and all they do is run Netstat and directory and the event viewer. They don't think about going to problems and reports or looking at the device manager. They don't think about, there's a dozen things they don't know about Windows. It's crazy. I was surprised the scammer today asked if I ran Linux. I was like, that is the first time in my scam baiting, a scammer asked me if I ran Linux. That's funny, Beautissimo. Giggy, I would not be shocked to find, I would not be surprised if our government has scam baiters working for them. It would be ridiculous for them not to. Chris, that's going to be a hard stream to find. Um, let me write that down. I'll look for it. I think I do. I think I can find it. Chris wants the Jeffrey. His name was Jeffrey, and I called it "I Saved the Scammer." So I'll look for it, and if I find it, Chris, I'll let you know. Now I've actually decrewed 9 scammers in my life. And that's not a very big number. It really isn't. Here's something that I will share with you. I even wanted to start a nonprofit to make it possible. At one point in my career, I wanted to hire 2 people. I didn't know where I would put them, but officially hire them to work in an office and act as a type of ombudsman that I can send these scammers to get some vocational support. But the problem with that idea, what makes it fall apart, the Indian economy is one of the worst in the world. It really is. I would actually say China has the worst economy by the way that the government treats them. And I would say that North Korea is just as bad, if not worse. But when you concentrate on India, a billionaire would have trouble fixing the problem. They really would. Oh, Little Rhubarb's here. Little Rhubarb is one of the first viewers of my YouTube channel. Little Rhubarb, I'm changing the way that I do my live streams. I basically have short streams on Mondays and Fridays, 4 to 5 hours of scam baiting, and then the rest of the day I do back end work. But on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, after that 4 to 5 hours of scam baiting, I'm going to have a heart to heart with my viewers, which is what we're doing right now. Little Rhubarb is one of my favorite moderator viewers. He runs a music studio in the UK. I originally thought Little Rhubarb was a girl. It took about, I think it took like 2 years before I finally said, "Are you a dude or a dudette?" And he goes, "I'm a dude." He actually had some music published on YouTube and it was stolen from him. And then he took a break from watching me because he was building a recording studio. And then I had a live stream when I was running some MIDI sequencers and he was helping me figure out how to make it work. He's the reason why I'm using and I'm enrolled in the Roland Cloud. And in a very big way, Little Rhubarb can ask me to do something and I will likely do it. And also, he's the only person in my live stream that watched as a stupid scammer exposed a gift card on stream. And I asked my audience, could someone please cancel that gift card? And Little Rhubarb did it. He's a hero. He really is. It was a $50 gift card. I forget, was it a Best Buy gift card? I think it was a Best Buy gift card for $500 or $50. And Little Rhubarb did it. And he's from the UK. So you're talking, he had to call overseas to get it done. A $500 refund back to a victim from Target. Okay. Yeah, he's a quality person. I jump to his attention when I see him in stream because I like him so much. And I look up to him. Plus, he's a Little Rhubarb, which is kind of odd. And I think I fixed your sticker. Let me take a peek real quick. Where's my damn mouse? I gotta go to the chat bot. Desktop. Where are you, chat bot? Okay, let me look for it this way. Dang it. I got so many windows on my... Okay, let me open up the shortcut folder to there. Let me go to Twitch. I have to actually open the code to it, so just let me do that real quick. Twitch chatbot. Chatomatic. Okay, it's opened, and then he was one of the first stickers I made. Yeah, there's one of them, barbed and dark barbed. Function barbed. Okay, hold on. I gotta go to the beginning beginning of the script so I can make it play. Okay, it's right here. Actually, it's gonna work. So watch the screen. That's when Little Rhubarb reported a document. This is when little Rhubarb would announce his presence. Okay, I'm gonna get your stream reaction. That was one of the first chatbot stickers I made for little Rhubarb. You know how hard it was to find a cartoon Rhubarb holding an axe? It isn't every day you can Google a Rhubarb holding an axe. It really isn't. I didn't pay anybody to draw it. I just got lucky and found it. So, yeah, I'm laughing, little Rhubarb. Okay. Okay, it is now 3 o'clock. I'm going to be ending my stream soon. Tomorrow after the 4 or 5 Scambait that we have, I'd like to work on chatbot stickers. So I'll fix the Twitch chatbot issue. I have to recompile the code. Twitch keeps changing the API key. If you had a question for me and I didn't answer, now's a really good time to ask it again. I'm scrolling up to look. Ray, what got me into computers? You were born in '89 but grew up with a Commodore 64. Let me go back to I got into computers when I was basically in my teenage years, but I credit a visit I made to a pizza parlor when I was 6. I got to see a coin-op version of the game Pong, and I was hooked. It was crazy. You put a quarter in the machine, and all it was a single paddle and a ball that bounced around. It was a single player game, and it was just cool. And then as I grew older, I saw a precursor to the Atari 2600. It was just another version of Pong, but you can play it at home on the TV. And I had a friend who would let me play it with him. And then the Atari 2600 came out, and my Uncle Mike, who's from Colorado, came down with it, and I was like, oh cow, you can actually stick a game inside of it and do different things, combat and breakout, that kind of thing. So basically, my entry to computers was games. It really was. It was games, and then around the age of 10, that's when coin-op arcade started to come out. That was 1980. And I would go down to the Dairy Queen and get like a peanut butter parfait. I couldn't afford a peanut butter parfait, but I'd get an ice cream cone, and then I would play Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. I miss those days. I actually wish I can get in my car right now and go down to an arcade that had those games. I wish I want to play. There was a game called I forget it. You spun the little thing and a triangle rolled around and you had to shoot. It was called Tempest. Then there was Centipede. Remember that? And then as the mid 80s came along, that's when Nintendo came out with their entertainment system, which I never really got into. My brother-in-law had a Nintendo, and I had to take care of their house, and I got to play Mario. I loved it. And then as we got close to the late 80s, that's when the Commodore Amiga came out, and that's when I became a computer guy. I mean, the Commodore Amiga, I got to give credit to the Apple II, though, because I tried to program that thing in assembly language and did a pretty good job. But it didn't feel the same as the Commodore Amiga. The reason why I like the Commodore Amiga so much is because you can do some graphics with it and animation, and I did a lot of animation with it. So it was the moment when I realized you can actually take a computer and produce media with it. No, the Commodore 64 predated the Amiga by about 4 years. About 4 years. Commodore 64 was an amazing computer. It really was. And the VIC-20. I actually owned a VIC-20. But I didn't really officially become a computer guy until my father built a 286 for me for my birthday. And after we were eating, it was around Thanksgiving. It was a late birthday present. It took him like 4 hours to partition and format it and install MS-DOS. It didn't have Windows. It had a thing called it was a file manager. I forget the name of it, but anyways, he finally got it set up, and he said, "Come here, Ray," or he called me son, and I said, "Wow, you built a computer for me. Thank you." So I took this IBM AT home. It was a 286, and I set it up, and I booted it up with the MS-DOS, and within minutes, I typed fdisk, and I wiped the partition. If you know what fdisk is, it's what you do to erase a hard drive. And when I turned the computer back on, it said boot device not found, and I'm like, what did I do? So I put the MS-DOS boot disk back in, and then I had to literally go through my memory. I went to my wife and I said, "Something's wrong, sweetie." And she said, "What?" "I think I broke the computer." And she goes, "Don't tell me that." My father-in-law is a true blood Italian, and it doesn't take much to blow him up. I mean, he got mad. I mean, beet red. You can see veins and shit. And I didn't want him to know that I broke the present within an hour of bringing it home. So I went through every memory I can think of on how he set it up. And by 2:30 that morning, and I'm talking 6 hours, I had that thing formatted. I had MS-DOS 6. It was MS-DOS 2.21 loaded. I had the file manager running. And I woke my wife up and I said, "I fixed it." And she said, "Thank God." And then I went to bed. That's how I became a computer guy. Anyways, folks, I think I'm done. This has been an interesting stream. For those of you that missed out on the parts where the YouTube and the Twitch were breaking down, I actually recorded the stream, and I do plan to ask Cheesy to turn this into a video. So what you missed out on, you will see on YouTube. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Jeff. I really went through a important life. I would call it it isn't a midlife crisis or anything. When I was having the anxiety, I wasn't sleeping very well. And so when I would go to lay down, I would have um, what do you call those? They're dreams that aren't really dreams, and they're really waking dreams. Anyways, I did a lot of thinking while I was resting, and I thought about what can I do to make my live stream better? What can I do to make my YouTube channel better? And one of the things that stuck out in my head was trying to find a way to be more interactive with my viewers. No, not lucid dreams. It's the type of dreams you get if you try to sleep in too long. Eventually, your dreams become so realistic they're not dreams anymore. There's a term for it. It starts with the R. Anyways, that I realized you guys know computers, you really do. I realized I needed to find a way to be more interactive with you. And so I decided to dedicate a part of my Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday streams just doing stuff with you. That's scam baiting related, but not scam baiting. I have I have a lot of stories to share with you guys. Many of them will appear in Meet the Hookers. These are just life stories that mean a lot to me, and as a viewer, you might be able to you'll see the scene in Meet the Hookers, and you might remember me mentioning something similar in a stream. And I think that would be kind of cool, you know. The other thing that I realized, many of you are paid members and subscribers, and I don't want to give you the same treatment that I would give a public viewer. So I'm going to be working hard to produce member-only content that you will be able to experience that a regular public viewer can't. I think I owe it to you for that. So if you're a paying subscriber or a paying member, I want to make it worth your while. And beyond that, I wish you all a great day. You can plan on my production value increasing. I'm gonna try to find a way to make my YouTube streams 2K. I think that would be kind of cool. I can't guarantee it'll happen soon, but I'm gonna try to figure it out. I'm gonna try to find a way to time travel. It doesn't use flux capacitors. And Back to the Future was a fantasy. Flux capacitors aren't how you time travel. I'm just kidding. It's one thing that we all know we have is a sense of humor. So I do need to raid a stream. So let me find out who I can raid on Twitch. Let me go to my Twitch and where are you, Twitch? Okay, I'll have to pull you up. Oh, I have Twitch over here. That's why. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna go back to Twitch so I can see who's on right now.
This way?
Okay, we got Ultimate Troll. We have Crazy Bags. Let me see something. Okay, so one of the things you need to understand, every now and then I will raid a scam baiter, but I'm also trying my best to spread awareness of my channel. I don't want to raid raid someone who's sleeping. Look here. Man, there's, let me see else. Dang, there's not that many people streaming today on Twitch. Let me look here. Okay. All right, it's going to be a surprise who I raid. I just ask that you respect them, give them a chance. Keep in mind, I'm trying to spread my channel. I want more people to know who I am and what I do and what I stand for. So if they ask you, who is this person? Just tell them that this is Paul Scambaits. He's a person who fights crime, scammers, and rescue and saves victims. So I'm going to go ahead and start the raid. And in 5 seconds, you'll be there. Okay, raid started. On my Kick stream, let me see how many people I have. I don't have enough people on Kick to do a raid, so, which is okay. I'm going to try to find a way to make my Kick stream more popular. Anyways, I want to remind you, you're welcome to email me anytime you wish. I'm open for ideas, criticisms, praise, whatever you got. I'll be back on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to reposition my camera so that when I talk to you, it'll look like I'm talking to you and not talking away from you. Today was a really strange scam bait. But I loved it. I love it when the scam baits go weird because it makes them different. Maybe tomorrow will be similar. So we'll see. Anyways, I love you guys, and I thank you in the deepest part of my heart for coming to my show. Take care and happy holidays. We're almost to the year 2024. Take care, everybody.